Segapo was invited to showcase at the Zambian and Paris Fashion Week in October this year. Following that was the Nigerian Fashion Week last week, being the only designer to be bidden this year to display his work at these fashion weeks. We caught up with him, and this is how that conversation went. Take a look.
Following a successful showcase at this year's SA Fashion Week, Paledi Segapo, founder and creative director of popular South African fashion label Pulse, is taking his designs to a global stage. The designer was invited in October this year to showcase at the annual Zambian Fashion Week and then later at the Paris that same month. We spoke to the designer on his work and showcasing overseas.
Paledi, welcome to Morning Live. Can you talk to us about the Zambia Fashion Week? How was the experience for you?
Well, the experience for Zambia Fashion Week, it was absolutely surreal. It made me feel quite significant, I'll be honest with you. I've been in touch with Zambia Fashion Week organizer since late last year, and I never thought the event would happen, and they say it happened. And being the only designer that was invited from outside Zambia, it was quite fantastic, and I like what they actually did for us. They compiled this magazine and had our name on it, which was quite not only motivating, but actually makes you realize that there's certain people that take you serious outside the country.
I read somewhere that you showcased an all-black series or an all-black
story.
Yeah. What inspired that? Talk to us about that.
Well, what inspired the collection for me to do a completely black story was because if you look at the trends, what's happening right now, we're all about solid trends or solid colors. You either wear all black or all white or all green or all red, depending what you want to wear. So the big trend right now, it's solid colors. So the inspiration was behind that, because as a designer, you always have to have your ear on the ground to understand what is unfolding on international runways and also on retail space.
So how was that for you as a designer from South Africa, having to showcase in Paris? How was that experience?
You know, what's the fantastic thing about Paris is this is the second time I was showcasing in Paris. First showcased in Paris in 2014, and we did a collection themed June 16. So I did a lot of school uniform inspired stuff. Obviously, the clothes inspired by what happened in June 16. So going there for the second time, what was actually quite explosive and memorable about this fashion week is because this one, we're the first designers to ever showcase at the Eiffel Tower. We showcase at Paris Eiffel Tower, the most famous tower in the world. And for me, that is unforgettable.
And how is our fashion, South African fashion, perceived internationally?
We're getting there. We're getting there. The reason being, the trends don't start in SA, they start primarily in Europe and in the US, because they're a season ahead of us. For instance, already in Europe now, they're in winter. They're showing winter next year. And we're still in our summer now, yeah? So as designers, we basically kind of like identify the trends through Europe and the US before we actually run with them. But the ironic thing here is a lot of European designers and American designers, they actually draw inspiration from Africa. So we kind of like balance off each other.
Some of the clothes that you showcase wearable, or I know there's a difference between the wearable and the runway clothes.
Yeah, ready to wear.
Any between the fashion, I mean the Paris and the Zambian fashion?
Well, with all my shows, I always try to incorporate the ready to wear and stuff that gives people that aha moment, because otherwise you'll end up looking like, you know, you've just taken everything that people are familiar with that's in the closets and you just put it on runway. So it's always nice to give people that element of surprise. So I did both ready to wear and clothes that a little bit provocative.
I see that one celebrity that's associated with the brand Pulse is Donald right now. So how do you go about picking the right celebrity?
That's how we started. He was a normal customer. I didn't know that he'll end up being an ambassador. I started working with Donald before he even released his album. His publicist then, when he was about to drop his album, approached me and said, I've got this artist, he's about to release his new album, we need a look for him, can you please have a look at what you can do for him? And I listened to the music, I was able to draw inspiration, and the fantastic thing is him and I, we clicked immensely. And he just wanted me to style his videos, or basically to come up with concepts for his wardrobe, for his videos, and dress him for the red carpet events, etc. Before I knew it, he was basically associated with a brand.
What other plans do you have for the brand in the near future?
For any brand to grow, the footprint itself has to be visible. So we're launching our online store soon. Initially, I wanted to open up another store in Cape Town, but I decided to go against that and instead open a virtual store, basically penetrate the digital space. So we're launching our Pulse online store effective January. As a result, our clothes will be accessible for anyone across the world. And yeah, it'll be just a matter of logging on and selecting an item that you want, and we'll be shipping it to you. And that's where I want to see my brand being accessible and also having a global footprint, be it digital or tangible.